Greetings, metalheads, and welcome to No Nonsense Metal Reviews. I'm George, and today I'm back with a little bit more of an obscure but recent enough recommendation. A fairly new release. It was on the tail end of 2023, I believe, but you may think this is a little bit of a random one, or a little bit kind of delving deep, or even too deep into the underground. But I will say this is something that I picked up not that long ago from Forbidden Keep Records, a distro and label that I support and like to regularly rinse their web store of all their awesome goodies and imports. But I bought this release because I checked it out online. I believe it was on the No Gleaming Light or Transmissions from the Dark YouTube channel. I listened to this demo from Swedish one man sort of multi-instrumentalist project Wagner Odegard, if that's how it's pronounced, and I do apologise if I'm absolutely murdering the pronunciation of that. But this demo, as displayed in this lovely 7-inch form here, which I believe, again, do forgive me if I totally murdered the pronunciation of it, I believe it's called Gryningenne or Gryningenne. Gryningenne? Not sure. Apologies, I know, terrible pronunciation. But this demo, consisting of 3 tracks, 2 sides of a 7-inch single, is a really good, really interesting, and I will say really quite unique release. I've listened to it a fair few times now, both in this particular form here. So this is the physical form, this nice, I believe it's called a Coke bottle green colour, 7-inch single, which is really nice. There's something really quite charming and sweet about little 7 inches, you know? Little tiny little disc. It's like those miniature little 3-inch CDs that you can get, those tiny little things. Something quite sweet about them. But you can get it in this form, but obviously you can stream it on the various YouTube channels. I don't think it's going to be on Spotify or anything like that, but put in the work, you will find it, and you'll be richly rewarded, because this is actually really quite good. It's demo quality, yes, so of course you can expect a bit of fuzz, a little bit of, skipping and jumping in the background, whatever. It's fine. It doesn't detract away from the fact that the music, the 3 tracks here, are actually really quite good. And if you need further convincing, this artwork is perfect. I really like that kind of silhouette of the trees, the woodlands, over the, I guess it's like a lake or maybe a fjord or something. It's difficult to really interpret, but I love the kind of the mystery and the atmospherics, the imagery that generates and brings to mind. So why this random 7-inch single, demo, EP? Why this? Well, firstly, because it's really quite good, and I like to support obscure metal, weird and wonderful as it may be. But this one-man project is really good. I think the music is a real standout, and I think that a lot of people would really enjoy it as well, primarily for its sheer diversity. It's very impressive, the fact that this guy's a multi-instrumentalist, Wagner Odegard, or Odegard. I'm not sure on the pronunciation, I do apologise again. But this is a really top quality release. And if you can pick up the physical format in this 7-inch form, then it's also a really lovely little piece to have. So as I say, 3 tracks. Track 1 takes up our side A, if you like, or side 1. Can I pronounce it? Rota? Not sure. Track 1 is a really interesting one. So it's got an interesting doomy vibe. There's a kind of like a doomy, proggy vibe to it. It's a little bit kind of spacey. It brings elements of like sleep to mind for me. And that's because I don't think I listen to very much in the way of doom or prog. I think they're 2 areas of the heavy music spectrum, or just the music spectrum in fact, that I have overlooked or ignored predominantly. But there's definitely Sabbathy kind of sleep vibes in there, in the bass guitar work. Really nice though. It's gentle, it's got ambience, but it's really good. It's really quite it's not necessarily the sort of thing that you can just have on in the background, because I've tried it and actually I found myself mesmerized by it, quite encapsulated by the music. So it's interesting stuff. There's doomy vibes, but yeah, I can tell that there's kind of bleak atmospheric ambient vibes there as well. So that's our side one, track one, if you like. And it's quite a long song. I think the overall release is about 15 minutes long, so 3 tracks, 15 minutes. I think some are slightly longer than others, of course, but a good song nonetheless. Track 2, which is, you ready? Obgripelik. I don't know, I'm sorry. We'll just call it track 3 or side B, track 1. That is black metal. That is raw, very raw, quite primitive, quite stripped back, simplistic black metal, but it is very good. It's not absolute all-out war barrage black metal shrieking. It's not Dark Funeral. It's not Marduk. It's not Unlord. As I look over there, and that's the first thing I see. It's not Mysticum or anything like that. It's very primitive. It's very simplistic, but it's really effective. And I do think sometimes, certainly in black metal, or even across the board, even like thrash metal, for example, sometimes it's the simplicity which is actually more effective than just having so much different layers and complexity. Not that I don't like my music to be a little bit more complex. I think this is really effective in its simplicity. You've got these scratching, buzzing riffs. The reverb is massive. The kind of shrieking background atmospherics and ambience, the vocals. It's creepy stuff. It's really, really creepy stuff, but it's very good. If you like your raw, underground, black metal, you know, there's plenty of examples out there, then I think you're definitely going to appreciate that particular track. Obgripelik. If that's how it's pronounced, I don't know. Side B, track 1, is the black metal track. So we've had the doom, now we've got the black metal. Then for the third track, or second track on side B, Hornerna. I'm not sure, again. But this is the totally out there spacey prog track. This is really interesting, but it is totally mesmerizing, and it's an absolute delight of a track. I will admit, it's got this sort of really slow pace. It's got doomy vibes in there. The bass work, the kind of simplistic guitar work, it's really good. It's got this really calming, gentle pace to it. Uncharacteristic, certainly when you compare that to the previous track, which is the black metal number. As simplistic as it is, it's black metal. It's heavier stuff. That track, the third track in total, is a real delight. It's really beautifully done, simple, stripped back, but it's really nice. It's easy on the ears, but it's easily enjoyable. And as I've said numerous times in previous reviews, prog is something that goes a little bit over my head. It tends to be a little bit too much for me, but actually, I don't even know if that is prog, if you would call it prog. I would say it's progressive. In its ways, in its instrumentation, it sounds progressive to me. And I would say it's a solid song. Overall, it's a really nice release. And that's why I thought, actually, this is something that I'm willing to rave about and say, if you're looking for something a little bit different, something a little bit more unique. I mean, the heavy music world is saturated with incredible new releases and mediocre new releases every day. How often is it that something as simple as a really stripped back EP or a stripped back demo, how often is it that we come across something like that really, really turns your head? So actually, that's why I'm recommending Wagner Odegard, this Swedish one-man project, and their Gryningenne, don't know, demo as being something that you absolutely want to check out. If you like doom, progressive music, black metal, ambient music, if you like your dungeon synth and kind of soundscapes and all that kind of diversity and depth and texture, then also there's something for you here. So check it out. I'll put a link to the YouTube stream for you so you can wrap your ears around that. But of course, I would definitely recommend heading over to Forbidden Keep Records. And if you can pick up a copy of this physical release, it's only going to set you back like a tenner. And it's a lovely thing to have. Look at it, it's so sweet. It's a lovely little 7-inch. Coke bottle green. Awesome stuff. Really nice indeed. Lovely thing indeed. So head over to Forbidden Keep Records. Probably want to check out the actual release first. But I'd be interested to hear the thoughts and opinions of others on this one, because to me, this is a bit of a standout. I'm really enjoying this. I'm really, really digging this particular release. So please check it out, then let me know what you think. Interested to hear, of course. But thank you very much for your time, my friends. Thank you very much for watching. Please do feel free to like and subscribe. It's very, very much appreciated. Check back soon for more reviews and recommendations of all the good, heavy stuff. But do take care of yourselves, my friends, and until next time, stay heavy.